Did you know that there have been over 1,000 reported ghost stories involving hitchhikers throughout the world? Yeah, that's right. It's a chilling statistic that makes you wonder, what is it about these tales that creeps us out so much? Welcome back, my spooky friends. Today, we're diving deep into the unsettling world of the Vanishing Hitchhiker. This urban legend has been around for ages, weaving its way into our collective folklore and sparking chills across generations. Let's unravel the mystery behind this haunting tale and see why it continues to captivate so many. Imagine this, it's late at night and you're driving down a deserted road. The only sounds are the hum of your car's engine and the occasional rustle of wind. Suddenly, in the dim glow of your headlights, you see a figure by the side of the road, a hitchhiker. You pull over and they get in, saying they need a ride. You make small talk and everything seems normal, but as you reach your destination, you turn to ask them where they want to be dropped off, and they're gone, vanished without a trace. This isn't just a creepy campfire story. It's the legend of the Vanishing Hitchhiker, a tale that has been terrifying people for generations. But what if we told you there's more to this story than meets the eye? What if this legend, which has sent shivers down countless spines, could finally be put to rest? The Vanishing Hitchhiker is one of the most enduring urban legends, a ghost story that spans across cultures and centuries. It's a tale that taps into our deepest fears of the unknown and the unseen. The story typically unfolds the same way. A driver, traveling alone at night, picks up a hitchhiker who seems lost or in need. They share a brief conversation, usually filled with strange or cryptic remarks. But when they reach their destination, the hitchhiker has disappeared, leaving the driver confused and terrified. There are countless versions of this story. In some, the hitchhiker is a young woman dressed in white, often appearing on the anniversary of her death. In others, it's a soldier in uniform, hitching a ride home after a war that ended decades ago. Despite the variations, the core of the story remains the same: a mysterious passenger who disappears without explanation. One of the earliest recorded versions of the Vanishing Hitchhiker comes from a 19th century folklore collection in the United States. Since then, similar stories have been reported in nearly every country around the world. From the United Kingdom to Japan, Brazil to Russia, the Vanishing Hitchhiker legend is a global phenomenon. But why does this story resonate so deeply with us? What is it about the idea of a ghostly hitchhiker that chills us to the bone? The Vanishing Hitchhiker legend plays on several psychological fears. First, there's the fear of the unknown. The idea of picking up a stranger, someone whose past and intentions are a mystery, can be inherently unsettling. Add to that the supernatural element, and you have a recipe for a deeply unsettling experience. These stories also reflect a fear of isolation and vulnerability. We often hear about these encounters happening on dark, deserted roads, where help is far away. It's a situation that makes us feel alone and exposed, heightening the sense of fear. But there's more to it. These stories also tap into a sense of empathy and tragedy. Many of the hitchhikers in these tales are victims of accidents or untimely deaths. They're not just ghosts. They're lost souls seeking closure, a final ride home, or someone to hear their story. This mix of fear and sympathy creates a powerful emotional response, making the Vanishing Hitchhiker legend one of the most compelling and enduring ghost stories ever told. Over the years, there have been countless accounts of encounters with vanishing hitchhikers, each more chilling than the last. One of the most famous stories dates back to the 1960s in Chicago. A driver picked up a young woman outside of Resurrection Cemetery. She was wearing a white dress and had a distant look in her eyes. She asked to be dropped off at a nearby house, but when the driver arrived and turned around, the woman was gone. Confused and frightened, the driver knocked on the door of the house, only to be told by the homeowners that their daughter had died years ago, and that others had come to the door with the same story. Another chilling encounter comes from a rural road in North Carolina. A man driving late at night picked up a soldier who was hitchhiking in the rain. The soldier was quiet, sharing only that he was trying to get home. When they neared the soldier's destination, the driver turned to ask for more directions, but the soldier had vanished. The driver later found out that a soldier matching the hitchhiker's description had died in a car crash on that very stretch of road years earlier. These are just a few examples of the Vanishing Hitchhiker legend, but similar stories have been reported all over the world. In each case, the encounters leave the witnesses shaken, questioning reality, and often carrying a haunting sense of unease long after the encounter has ended. With the rise of technology, reports of vanishing hitchhikers have found new life in the digital age. In recent years, several viral videos have emerged showing supposed encounters with these ghostly figures. One particularly chilling video from a few years ago shows a couple driving through a remote stretch of road at night. Their dash cam captures a figure standing by the side of the road. The couple stops, offers a ride, and the figure climbs into the back seat. Moments later, the couple turns around to find the back seat empty. The video ends with the couple panicking, their confusion and fear palpable. These modern encounters raise interesting questions. Are these videos hoaxes, or are they genuine encounters with the supernatural? With the advent of dash cams and smartphones, we have more opportunities to capture these moments, potentially providing proof of what's been a largely anecdotal phenomenon. However, the line between fiction and reality is often blurred in the digital age, making it difficult to discern the truth. So what could explain the vanishing hitchhiker phenomenon? There are several theories, ranging from psychological to supernatural. Some suggest these encounters are hallucinations or the result of a driver's fatigue, the mind playing tricks on someone who's tired and alone in the dark. Others believe these stories are a form of social cautionary tale, a warning about the dangers of picking up strangers or the consequences of reckless driving. From a historical perspective, these stories could have originated as a way to explain and cope with tragic events, particularly accidents and sudden death. They give a face and a story to the unknown, providing a narrative that helps people make sense of otherwise random or senseless events. The legend of the vanishing hitchhiker also opens the door to exploring the concept of residual hauntings. Unlike intelligent haunting, where the ghost interacts with the living, residual hauntings are like recordings of past events playing on a loop, repeating under certain conditions. In the case of the vanishing hitchhiker, many believe that these ghostly encounters are merely echoes of a tragic past, replaying over and over, unable to find peace. The roadways, often the site of tragic accidents, become a stage where these spectral reenactments take place. The chilling thought that an emotional or traumatic event could leave such a powerful imprint on the environment adds another layer of terror to the legend, making us question what memories the roads we travel might be holding on to. But there's a different perspective that some spiritual experts suggest, a belief that these encounters aren't just random or residual. Instead, they propose that these hitchhikers are trying to deliver a message or warning to the living. They might be spirits trying to prevent future accidents, offering guidance, or even searching for justice for their untimely deaths. This perspective adds a more personal and poignant touch to the story, suggesting that the vanishing hitchhikers aren't just lost souls. They have purpose and intent. It reminds us that in the midst of our fear, there might also be a call for understanding and compassion, a reminder that the line between the living and the dead is not as clear-cut as we might like to believe. Whether these hitchhikers are warning us of dangers ahead or simply reliving their last moments, one thing is certain: their presence on the road lingers long after they've disappeared from sight. Then, of course, there's the paranormal explanation. Some believe that these are genuine ghost encounters, the spirits of individuals who died tragically or suddenly, still trying to reach their final destination or communicate their story. The vanishing hitchhiker legend remains a haunting reminder that sometimes reality can be stranger and scarier than fiction. Whether a tale of caution, a figment of imagination, or a glimpse into the supernatural, the vanishing hitchhiker continues to captivate, terrify, and inspire those who hear it. So the next time you're driving alone at night and see a figure by the roadside, will you stop to offer a ride, or will you keep your eyes on the road and drive into the darkness, wondering what could have been? Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever had a creepy encounter while hitchhiking or on a late-night drive? Share your stories in the comments below. And don't forget to check out my other videos for more eerie tales that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Until next time, keep your eyes on the road and your mind open to the unknown.